Welcome back, history buffs. In this episode, we continue our journey into the Napoleonic Wars, exploring the War of the Second Coalition, fought from 1798 to 1802. Revolutionary France faced a powerful alliance of European powers in a conflict defined by ambition, betrayal, and epic battles. Let's dive into the causes of this war, the strategies behind it, and the key events that shaped its outcome. First part, background of the War of the Second Coalition. After the Treaty of Campo Formio ended the War of the First Coalition, Europe saw only a brief peace. France's territorial expansion and revolutionary ideals alarmed monarchies across the continent. By 1798, the Directory, France's ruling government, launched bold military campaigns, including Napoleon's famous expedition to Egypt. These aggressive moves provoked Austria, Russia, Britain, and others to form the Second Coalition. Their aim? To halt France's growing power and restore Europe's balance. Britain and Russia led efforts to drive French forces from the Mediterranean, while Austria sought to reclaim lost territories in Italy. France, determined to defend its revolution and dominance, braced for a grueling war. Did you know that one of the most fascinating parts of this war happened not in Europe, but in Egypt? Napoleon's Egyptian campaign wasn't just a military operation, it was also a groundbreaking scientific mission that unearthed ancient secrets. But how did this bold move fit into France's broader war effort? And why did it spark such a fierce coalition response? Stick around as we explore how a campaign in the deserts of Egypt became a pivotal moment in European history. Second part, strategies employed by France and the coalition. The War of the Second Coalition demonstrated France's ability to adapt and innovate. Napoleon's Egyptian campaign, though ultimately unsuccessful, showcased his logistical and strategic brilliance. Meanwhile, in Europe, France relied on reorganized armies to counter coalition offensives. France excelled at rapid, decisive strikes. Generals like Jean-Baptiste Jourdan and André Masséna exploited coalition weaknesses. Masséna's victory at the Battle of Zurich in 1799 forced the Russians to retreat from Switzerland, dealing a critical blow to the coalition. By contrast, the coalition suffered from poor coordination. Rivalries between members, such as Austria's reluctance to support Russian General Alexander Suvorov, undermined their efforts. France also inspired its soldiers with revolutionary ideals, maintaining high morale even during setbacks. Key battles and numbers. The War of the Second Coalition featured pivotal battles that shaped the conflict. At sea, the Battle of the Nile in 1798 was a disaster for France. British Admiral Horatio Nelson destroyed or captured 11 of 13 French ships, inflicting over 5,000 casualties, while British losses were just 900. On land, France achieved key victories. At the Battle of Marengo in 1800, Napoleon led 28,000 French soldiers to victory against 31,000 Austrians. Despite being outnumbered, the French inflicted 15,000 casualties, including 8,000 captured, while suffering 7,000 losses. Another turning point was the Battle of Zurich, 1799, where Masséna's brilliant tactics inflicted 12,000 casualties on the coalition while sustaining 8,000 French losses. This victory shattered the coalition's efforts in Switzerland and forced Russia to leave the war. By 1801, France's superior use of mobile artillery and mass conscription gave it a decisive advantage. France deployed over 2,000 cannons in battles and raised an army of 800,000 troops. Meanwhile, coalition forces struggled to coordinate and suffered heavy losses. Austria endured 200,000 casualties, while Russia lost 60,000 soldiers. France, though victorious, suffered 150,000 casualties across all fronts. Here's something you might not know. Napoleon's Egyptian campaign wasn't just about military goals. He brought a team of scholars and scientists whose discoveries, including the Rosetta Stone, revolutionized our understanding of ancient Egypt. Even more remarkable, Napoleon's daring return to France in 1799, despite British naval patrols, allowed him to seize power in the coup of 18 Brumaire. This marked the beginning of his reign as first consul and set the stage for his rise as one of history's most influential leaders. The War of the Second Coalition solidified France's dominance and paved the way for Napoleon's transformation into emperor. It was a conflict marked by innovation, triumph, and hardship, shaping Europe's destiny. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next episode on the War of the Third Coalition. What part of this war fascinated you most? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, history buffs, stay curious.